Hey everyone, Travis here on day one of the 11th week of the summer split of the NILCS, joined by Sneaky. How you doing?
I'm good.
You just beat Complexity, the rock stars of the LCS. How do you feel?
Pretty good. I got a good champion. I got a good game.
Well, going on right now is the CLG Dignitas match with a very, very strange CLG team. What do you think of them?
I thought it was hilarious, and I think they'll do really well because there's no pressure going in. You're like, yeah, you're expected to go 0-4, so people are gonna underestimate them. Maybe we will when we play them, and I think they're just there to have a good time, and it's really cool for them.
I was just talking to Prawley, who has to play against them as well. He said there's like really no way to prepare for them. What are you guys looking to do anything, or are you just going to be like, I guess we'll just, take a night off or something?
We're not taking a night off, but I don't know. There isn't a like straight up plan that you could prepare for every other team, but you can definitely do something like maybe just banning out someone.
So, do you know who to ban out in this situation? Like, do you know what people play?
I mean, some people's champions pools are like obvious, but others are not. Like Chaos played Twitch today, and that's not very obvious. Twitch is kind of pretty unique. Yeah. I don't really know Baby Eater much. Think Card not much, but Hotshot and Ian play a lot, so those are more obvious ones.
Who is the stronger bot lane, Chaos and Baby, or you and Lemon?
I think we're stronger, but any given day they could beat us. Yeah. I don't know. It'll be a good match. It's not like totally just gonna be a smash either way. It depends a lot of matchups. Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Next week, we're going to see Europe start playing on patch 4.13, and then you guys have to get ready for it as well. In it, we saw a million different champion changes. We were talking about this before the interview, and you were saying you don't think that that's going to be that hard to deal with because they're all small changes?
Yeah. So most of the champion changes are pretty minimal, and I don't think they're gonna like take him out of viability. Like I think Tristana changes will make her early game not as annoying to deal with, but she'll still be a very good champion. Like her early game phase is kind of highlighted by the fact that she pushes well, not really her explosive shot damage. It's annoying, but it's not gonna like straight up kill you, and stuff like that will not actually shift the meta. I think it'll just keep the game more in line.
Do you don't think that any of the buffs are going to make any of the other champions more viable? I mean, from the way you're saying it, it sounds like we're not going to see too much of a change in any of the champions that are being picked and banned.
I really don't think there will be because what was it like? Vayne got a small buff.
Attack speed,
Yeah, attack speed, and then they fixed some bug with her ulti and her tumble, so they gave her like more AD on her ulti. Like she's still the same champion, but she's a little bit stronger. I think Reckles plays her a lot, so maybe he'll play her more often. But besides that, I don't really remember much of the buffs. Do you recall any?
I mean, there were so many,
Well, like I remember some of the nerfs because the Thresh one, the Tristana one, the Lucian one.
The Vayne one, it's funny because the Vayne one was the one that stood out to me because it felt like a thing where they're like, oh, we want to see Vayne at Worlds because this is kind of like the Vayne or like the Worlds patch. So, yeah. Well, from what I think and from what sounds like they're sort of communicating is that either this is, I don't think that this is necessarily the Worlds patch, but you got to figure that whatever one comes after this will probably be like the Worlds patch, and you don't want to put too many changes in the Worlds patch. You want to just like fix the stuff that's still around. So I would expect that this is why we're seeing a ton of stuff different in this, and that's why I figured they were making Vayne viable or trying to make Vayne viable because of that. I don't know. There were a couple other buffs, and I'm trying to remember what they were. But I mean, there are obviously some item changes and stuff.
I know there was Alistar the patch before.
Yeah.
And he's being played a lot right now. Maokai was like 2 patches ago. I can't recall any of the other changes.
So apparently they were definitely not that important because you don't even recall them. I mean, what do you think of the Thresh change?
I think it takes away some of his power, but it's not like he's gonna be gone because it's kind of random anyways, just shielding the entire team. But now you just shield someone. I think it might just be whoever clicks it. I have no idea how it works. I haven't actually played with the new Thresh.
But I think it's the one that's closest, right?
So if you like throw it on 3 people, who will it hit?
Whoever's closest.
What is the same distance?
I don't. I think that there's always some point percentage of difference. Or maybe it just randomly selects at that point in time.
That's probably it. What if 3 people are ghosting at each other?
Dignitas getting, by the way, the next dragon, and CLG just sort of watching.
That is depressing.
Do you want CLG to win?
I do. Not for any standings reasons. I think it's just cool for the guys to play some games, have some fun, maybe take some games off people.
Do you think that this is a problem, or do you think it's just kind of fun and enjoyable?
Okay, it's definitely a problem if CLG can just say, "Fuck this country, I'm out. I'm going to Korea." That's definitely a problem, but I don't know. Given the situation, I think it's cool for the players. Baby Eater, Think Card, and Neon, and Chaos. And Hotshot.
Okay, everybody except for Hotshot.
No, because I think the rest of them are actually trying to be LCS, whereas Hotshot is just staying where he is, just being a streamer. He's not really trying to be an actual player, whereas the other ones, I think, are.
So would you like to see like a format change that prevented them from doing something like this? I jokingly put on Twitter, like LCS rule revision for 2015. No player from any team may enter or exist in a country in China for the final 2 weeks of any LCS split. Do you think that would you like to see some sort of rule that would prevent this kind of thing?
I'd probably like to see one. I don't know what it would be specifically. I can't name it like you did. But yeah, just it's not that good for the scene for CLG to just take off and leave. Like, and they may come back stronger or whatever, but they're gone. They're not playing the games. All the fans are like, "Where's my team?"
Well, they're in Korea. I think they've said that, so we know where they are.
I think the last time they went to Korea, CLG, they kind of screwed up. They didn't really do much fan content. They kind of just fell off the aisle, and they played no GN, but no one can stay up that late and watch it.
Well, that was for several months, though.
Yeah. Obviously, it's a lot shorter now, but they can still make it a really good thing. Maybe, I don't know about vlogs, but just maybe streaming from there, telling about their adventures. I think it'd be a lot cooler. And I guess, I don't know about specifically saying scrim scores or anything, but like how they're doing would make the fans really happy for them.
They were on the OGN broadcast.
Oh, yeah. I saw there's like a 12-second video of them like waving at the camera.
Number 1 on Reddit. High quality esports content. CLG waves at the camera at the OGN broadcast. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that it's just an interesting situation, so it's good to get everybody's take on it. Now, I understand that you guys are actually bringing Koreans to you to play against. Is this true?
Yeah, we're playing in a ARAM versus CJ Frost.
It's an ARAM?
Yeah, it's on Howling Abyss. Okay. I don't think we can do show matches like 5v5s. So
is there any chance that you could scrim against them while they're over here?
Yeah, we could definitely scrim against them, but it can't be like broadcasted live
because of LCS rules. So wait, you guys could not broadcast scrims against them? Because here's my question: like, can you broadcast scrims against, like, if Curse and you guys were both like, hey, we want to like stream our scrims for whatever reason? I know it probably wouldn't happen. Could that be streamed? And if not, or if it can, why can't your streams or your scrims against Frost be streamed?
I honestly don't know. Yeah. It could be a no. It could be a yes. Actually, I actually accidentally started streaming one of our scrims versus TSM.
How do you accidentally start scrim? Hey guys, I actually loaded up OBS and
no, we use OBS and there's a recording option to locally record, and instead of clicking like all the options to change it to locally record, you just click start stream, and then TSM noticed and like, hi, you're streaming. He's like, oh, gone.
When was this?
That was like 3-4 weeks ago. It was a while ago.
So
deleted the VOD, so no looking, Travis.
Well, I mean, it's 3 to 4 weeks old. I don't know if there's too many wonderful things to discover there. Yeah, I don't know. It's just an interesting situation. Have you guys talked to them, or is there a chance that you guys can scrim them?
I think Jack's talking to them. He's like coordinating everything, but we haven't actually said if we want to scrim them or not. Like outside of just organizing the event, I think it'd be cool for us if we could.
Yeah. Do you think that there's a lot of value in that? Like, I know a lot of people. Like, the whole story is that Seraph had to go over there, so it's not just to scrim Korean teams that they're hoping to make themselves better. But do you think there's a lot of value in scrimming the Korean teams?
I don't know about CJ Frost specifically, because I don't think they're like as strong as who CLG can be scrimming. But for CLG, going over to scrim the top tier Korean teams, if they can get those scrims, which I'm not sure if they can, that'll be super valuable. I think like last year Worlds when all the regions were clashing in scrims and just throwing each other's strategies at each other, it was actually super valuable because then you found out like what was actually really good. And actually that happened at All Stars too, but we didn't have high. So we learned through their meta and our meta like what was the best strategy. And that'll happen for CLG if they're over there long enough, which they're over there for like 3 weeks or something. Yeah, so they'll be over there for a while and they'll be able to learn a lot.
Yeah, some people were saying that, if they're just getting stomped by these top tier teams, I mean, it's hard to say right now like what the strength of NA teams are against like the top Korean teams. I think people assume that it's not very strong. That it might be kind of hard for them to learn anything if they're just like, let's say they scrim like, one of the top teams or somebody who's going to the finals. Yeah, let's say Blue, and they like just get stomped completely. Are they going to be able to learn anything from that?
You actually learn the most when you're getting stomped. Okay. Honestly,
Is there concerns that like there's a morale thing?
not really. If you're going in with the right attitude and you're not getting frustrated by the games because you're getting stomped, if you're ever getting frustrated by getting stomped, you have the wrong attitude, because you can learn so much. Like if you're just losing everywhere, you're like, all right, they're outplaying us in lane, we're losing. If you're doing all right in lane, they just do everything every game and just destroy you, then you can learn exactly what they did to do that. And you'll take everything away and you'll apply it to your own team and you'll become better. But if you're going even and you're like, if you're going even, you can also learn a lot. But I think getting destroyed is also a very good learning process.
You scrimmed SKT at All Stars, right? Did you get destroyed in those scrims?
We went 1 and 2 every time we scrimmed them. So for the most part, yeah, we got destroyed by them. They did a lot of 2v1 stuff that we were not familiar with, and it was actually the better strategy. Like, I think we tried 4-0ing against them, like trying to take the top turret, and I don't remember what the exact counter was, but I think they did like the buddy system or something and pulled out way ahead when we were trying to 4-0, and we learned that the 4-0 was completely unoptimal through that.
Very good. Well, we'll have to see how that goes. And how the rest of the stuff goes. I understand that you guys have a show with them, so perhaps that'll show some interesting information across the board. Do you have any shout-outs, plugs, anything that you want to say to any of the Sneaky fans out there, or the Cloud9 fans, or the LCS fans, or the video game fans, or just people who generally enjoy life?
Holy moly. Thank you guys for supporting me and Cloud9 and Travis. Thank you for supporting Travis. If you're supporting Travis, you're probably watching this interview, so it's a double whammy. And thanks to my sponsors, Air Force Reserve, HyperX, Logitech, Alienware, Homejoy, and and that's it.
Thank you so much for the interview, Sneaky. Really appreciate it. Lots of good insight to be had here, as always, from the Sneaky Man, the Sneakster, Cloud9's 80 carry, Zach Scuderi. You can check out the rest of our coverage of all things esports at ongamers.com.